We're playing with time. We're playing with time. Oh my God. Hi, I'm Jessa.
And I'm Alex. And this is Jessa and Alex Watch
Arrival. I've never seen this movie.
I have.
Jessa's been waiting a very, very long time to show me this movie.
I have. It hasn't worked in our schedule.
Mooney.
Sir, if you have something to say, will you raise your hand, please?
Actors at work. Yeah, we've been waiting a very long time to watch this. Yeah, for some reason it never worked out.
No, because there was always so much freaking television on.
But we're watching it today.
We're watching it today. I'm so excited. And hey, listen, it's very timely because Arrival is directed by Denis Villeneuve, or as most of you know him, Denis Villeneuve, who is the director.
Well, I don't know what words are being said.
He is the director of Dune, part 1 and 2, which I've seen part 2. Alex hasn't yet. We will be watching that for the channel.
I'm saving it for the channel.
Yes, precisely. Brief recap, great movie. I'm one of only like 30 people in the world who actually preferred part 1. We'll talk about it when we watch it.
Yeah.
But you specifically a couple months ago were like, I really want to watch Arrival because you were in an Amy Adams
Yeah,
mood.
I was weirdly going through like the collective works of Amy Adams. I have this really weird obsession thing that I do where I get hooked on one actor and then I have to watch everything they're in. So I was like, okay, here is this work that she is known for being like arguably one of her best things.
This is the one that everybody screams she should have got an Oscar for, and they're right. They're right.
So I'm excited to watch it. I also have been told that I'm gonna cry. I historically don't cry when people tell me I'm going to cry, unless Jessa really like downplays something. Check out our what's that movie called? Logan video where
That's
I'm
a great one.
a blubbering mess because I thought I was watching a cute superhero movie.
That's a
Dad and daughter are reunited.
That's a great one. That was not deliberate. I just got into it and I was like, oh, I did not prepare her for this one bit.
Not at all, but yeah, I think I know a little bit about it, right? Like she's like talking to aliens. Like she's like a linguist.
Yep, that's correct.
She studies that because I remember the time. Like I remember seeing the trailers for it when it was coming out. So I do have some concept of it. It's not like a movie that wasn't on my radar.
Right.
Like, so I've never seen it, but I know like of the trailer, she's like a linguist with these aliens and she's advocating for them.
There are things that I would like to say, but I think I have to say, there's no way to talk about certain elements of it without it being spoilery. So most of my things will be for after. I will say, it has a really fascinating score. I listened to a podcast where the composer was talking about it, and it's actually all human voice, and it's really fascinating the way that he used the human voice and like looped it back on itself or like took out certain frequencies of it. Really cool. Anyway, yes, great movie. I love it. But yeah, I don't want to say much about it. It's very Denis Villeneuve in that he's like a very vibe guy.
Yeah.
Like he wants you to just sit and feel.
Yes. And I probably will. As of right now, I think when I was watching the trailers, I did think very cleverly that Xenon the sequel had to walk so that this movie could run. You know, with her like getting the zoom of it all, like the notifications from, you guys know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know.
I want to say this may be the only time in history that someone has drawn a connection between Arrival and Xenon the sequel.
And I'm right though. I'm right.
This is why you guys come to this channel, for these kinds of insights.
Okay? And if you haven't seen Xenon the sequel,
what are you doing with your life?
Check it out, Disney Plus.
Hello. Zoom indeed.
Alright, well, we're gonna start watching this now.
It doesn't work like I thought it did. We are so bound by time, by its order.
This is a rough way to start for me. Not with a baby.
Come back to me. Come back to me. Are you the sheriff in this here town?
No.
Come back to me. Baby, come back to me.
Horrible.
Beautiful house.
She can afford that house as a professor?
Why send 12?
On a single income.
I don't know, Mom. I'm watching the same news coverage you are.
That's a very familiar conversation. No, Mother, I'm looking at the same thing you
I
are.
don't have any more information than you do, Mom. Retweet.
What?
Just her, like, the world exploding behind her.
Yeah.
Her having a depression, sleep in bed.
The ATF has put a temporary ban on new gun licenses.
That would not happen.
I have something I need you to translate for me.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Now you heard it. What do you make of it?
You expect her to know it immediately?
Are you sure? Do they have mouths?
So how would you approach translating this? You hear any words? Phrases?
She needs a lot more material.
Right.
I would need to be there to interact with them.
You didn't need that with the faster translations.
I didn't need it because I already knew the
Right,
language.
like,
but this
is not a base language from our world.
Ask him the Sanskrit word for war and its translation.
In a house call.
Yep. She's the best goddamn translator in the whole university. Who the hell are you? That was a center stage reference, guys.
He says it means an argument. What do you say it means?
Forrest Whitaker has committed to some kind of accent in this movie, and the accent is question mark, question mark, question mark.
Genovian. Yes. She is so little, so piccola. Hawkeye.
He's very random in this movie, to be quite honest.
I love him. Me alone. Me alone in the universe loves Jeremy Renner. So I'll be having a good time. Love a book.
Communication C is a theme of this movie.
Luis, this is Ian Donnelly. Luis Banks, Ian Donnelly.
It's quite a greeting.
Where are they from?
And beyond that, how did they get here? Are they capable of fast and light travel?
Okay, that's a lot of questions. Let's.
How about we just talk to them before we start throwing math problems at them?
That looks like a big egg. They're calling it the shell.
I went with egg because we started out with motherhood.
If you ever want to get into like a weird meditative state, listen to this score.
Yeah. I actually find it like unsettling.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't want to listen to it, I feel like, without
Yeah.
seeing it.
That's what I like about it. I think that I never caught this before, but them on the helicopter was very much a Jurassic Park reference. Meeting Dr. Ian.
Who's being carted off in the medevac?
Oh.
I'm gonna get some blood from you and give you an immunization dose that covers a battery of bacterial threats. Just
Do I have a choice?
As a person with anxiety, actually this is how I feel every time I walk into a new place. It doesn't have to be a science place meeting aliens.
Hard same. Gotta get my lay of the room.
Yep.
Do I have the tools within myself to handle each person that I meet in this space?
have they responded to anything? Any shapes, patterns, numbers, Fibonacci?
We can't tell what they're saying when they respond to hello. So don't get ahead of yourself.
Forest.
Girl, you can't have a panic attack before you even get to the spaceship.
Don't tell her what to do. It's a lot of pressure.
This is going to be a real frowns thoughtfully at screen video. Which is good for us because we're very into
engaged.
Yeah.
It means that we like the movie. It does make for a shorter reaction.
There's only so many interesting ways that you can cut us going. I think I might throw up a little bit, just as the way it would like screw with your perspective
in the movie.
With it, yes, not me currently at this moment.
Do we need to pause?
No. I mean, if it were me, I might.
Yeah, that would definitely screw with me.
I mean, I think even just literally your inner ear would probably get really confused.
She doesn't seem to be handling it great.
Right.
So she's with us.
Come on.
I think.
Lifted her up like a kitten.
Grab her.
Why is their gravity different?
They don't know. That was one of the things they were talking about when they walked in. Was that they don't know why the gravity flips. It's hard. I mean, it's hard. It's overwhelming watching it, so it's easy to miss.
Yeah. It feels very Dune.
Yeah.
A little mine canary.
Mm-hmm.
What happens now?
They arrive.
Sounds a little like a whale.
Mm.
You can start.
Yeah, she knows.
There it is.
Yeah.
You're rather too large to be on my lap, I'm afraid.
Must have been so fascinating to create this language.
Yeah.
There are different pods like this all over, right?
Mm-hmm. I love the design of their ship.
Look, I'm never going to be able to speak their words if they are talking. But they might have some sort of written language or basis for visual communication.
Okay.
Too bad we missed the chance to see Amy Adams going.
Oh, I did think she was going to. I was like, okay, are they gonna like use their own words like one walked away to go get something. Oh. Spider circle.
Okay, slow down, fellas.
Dr. Banks, is this really the right approach? I'm trying to teach him how to
You
speak and
requested
read.
her. This is more than any of the other countries have gotten so far. So why don't you just hold your horses, slow your roll.
Yeah, she just got a communication.
And the point is,
It wasn't until later that they learned that kangaroo means I don't understand. So I need this so that we don't misinterpret things in there. Otherwise, this is going to take 10 times as long.
Oh, crap. It's really whack.
what happened to the Aborigines? A more advanced race nearly wiped them out.
It's a good story.
Thanks. It's not true.
Yeah.
But it proves my point.
You met General Shang?
call sign for him is Big Domino. Whatever Shang does, at least 4 other nations will follow.
Luis.
It would be really bad if the different aliens can communicate with each other and one country attacks and then they all know that humans are bad. I know that we're not traditionally good at this, but it seems like humankind should really all be on the same page here.
Eat. Walk. Help me understand.
Why is he so frustrated?
I don't know. I think because we need the audience's baby explanation. Somebody has to ask the question.
Okay, the nature of a request for information along with the response.
I love her just
Then,
going through a full equation to do this. Incredible.
or is their motivation so instinctive that they don't understand a why question at all? And biggest of all,
Right.
we
You can't ask a flock of birds, why are you flying south, for example.
Correct. Like, what does he think? Like, he can't go to Guam and suddenly, like, you know, if he doesn't, like,
Right.
and that's a language that we've studied and have a base level of knowledge for.
Yeah.
So, just slow your roll there, buddy.
Let's get started. I don't know what he's doing.
Luis,
Well, that's confusing. You said human.
Right.
Not to tell you how to do your job. Don't mean to forest about it. Yeah.
Isn't that the first time?
Yeah, that's the same one.
I don't know. I think it's a symbol for human again. Just has a little curl on the end. Maybe to indicate a question. I don't know.
It also has a break in it, and the first one was a full circle with a spider at the top. I wonder what their little space is in between me. When that bird stops.
That's a really interesting question.
What?
We'll talk about it later.
Dr. Banks?
Oh.
Screw it.
What are you doing?
yeah, fine.
Ma'am?
They need to see me.
She's taking off her hazmat suit. Dr. Banks. Is it okay? The risk of contamination.
They need to see me.
Dr. Banks.
Canary's not dead, so...
Please walk toward the screen.
It is not chirping anymore, though. What is he there for? Is he like an anthropologist, a cultural study?
It's some kind of science. I don't remember what they said.
I remember this from it. Oh! Hi, buddy!
Now that's a proper introduction.
I have fear in me. I mean, I trust them because Amy trusts them.
Screw it. Everybody does, right? Donnelly is taking off his hazmat suit.
They might not like you.
You're not as cute as Amy.
Interesting. They get it! They did 2 different symbols. That's their names. I think they should print out what they said and then be like, yesterday, like, we were talking to...
That's a great point. You're right. They don't even know if they're talking to the same people every day.
No fun with her. You don't need to worry, okay? Just calm down.
The heptapods leave absolutely no footprint.
It looks like that Pokemon. The Metapod.
The shell emits no waste, no gas, no radiation.
It's really considerate of them.
They don't seem to ask a lot of questions.
You don't know that.
Next most plausible theory is that Sheena Easton had a hit song at each of these sites in 1980, so we just don't know.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. This is smart.
Perhaps they view our form of writing as a wasted opportunity, passing up a second communications channel. Like their ship or their bodies, Their written language has no forward or backward direction.
I guess that's why I'm single.
Trust me, you can understand communication and still end up single.
That was a really roundabout way of flirting, guys. But
We're
that's
scientists.
that's perhaps what you're talking about, though, so I'll let you have it.
Biological contamination is a major risk factor at the Montana site, so say environmental pressure groups.
That's right, folks. The same government who ruined our healthcare and bankrupted our military. Look at these people. Most of them don't even have guns. We could be facing a full-scale invasion, and our president is just willing to sit back and let them waltz in and take our country. We are falling asleep at the wheel, people. You know what I'm talking about? I know you do. What if the smartest thing we could do right now would be to give them a show of force? I'm talking about a shot across the bow.
Because shoot first, think later, that can have no consequences.
And who are those two people?
It's you and Dad. The show is called Mommy and Daddy Talk to Animals.
No, it's lovely. Okay. So we both love you very much.
I know. It's just a cartoon. Not real.
Louise? If you immerse yourself into a foreign language, that you can actually rewire your brain. I'm curious, are you dreaming in their language?
I mean, I've had a few dreams, but I don't think that that makes me unfit to do this job.
I think we should go back to wearing the suits. I was on your side, and now things are happening. And although, you know, when those like Candy Crush style games on your phone, when I play one for too long, say 2 hours, I start, when I close my eyes, seeing little gems. So maybe it's that, when you immerse yourself in something.
Yeah.
Or maybe the little aliens, and I thought this from the beginning, have some kind of psychic component to them. Get inside those brains.
And now Russia's fallen suit. Shang's
How
about to
many
start
languages
something.
does she speak, do we think?
God, are they using a game to converse with their heptapods?
Oh, that's actually pretty smart.
Well, let's say that I taught them chess instead of English. Every conversation would be a game, every idea expressed through opposition. Victory, defeat, you see the problem.
Maybe not so smart.
All I ever gave you was a hammer.
Everything's a nail.
Right.
We need to ask the big question.
I need to listen
Ready or not?
to my call. Like, how renowned was she? Like, what college was she working at? That they were like, we need her.
Well, they did say at the beginning that she had worked for them for the military before its translator. She had done some important Farsi translation for them. So
Yeah.
that's also part of it, is just that they already have a relationship,
A contact with her.
Yeah. And
She's
she had-
just so perfect for the role that, like,
right.
that it's like,
She wasn't their first person, though. Remember, that's what we saw them carrying out on the medical stretcher.
Do we only have Costello?
it has knuckles.
Yeah, I know. It's like a hand.
That one has a lot of things coming off.
What does it say?
Offer weapon. We don't know if they understand the difference between a weapon and a tool. Our language, like a culture, is messy, and sometimes one can be both.
And it's quite possible that they're asking us to offer them something, not the other way around.
We have like a million words that are the same in English. Like,
How is it more complicated than that?
she's right.
Yeah.
Colonel,
The Secretary of Defense is on the line for you.
There's a universe between them.
Right. That was a good performance for her, of being like, oh, I really don't want to say what they said, but...
We're a world with no single leader. It's impossible to deal with just one of us. And with the word weapon now, Alpern. Yes, sir.
I mean, he's right about that.
What did they say? China and Russia are off the grid. They aren't speaking to anyone.
That's good.
We received a message from the
Good.
Damn it!
Panic and
We need to be talking to each
stop
other.
communicating.
No confirmation. They are offline.
I just don't understand that logic. I don't understand. I mean, I understand, given everything that happened in COVID, that it is logical that that's what would happen.
Sure.
But, in terms of, like, whoever wrote the script, but...
In a statement, General Shang said, China no longer trusts the aliens who want to divide us.
And why did you all divide?
I do think it's hard to believe that America would shoot first.
Yeah. No, this is a very optimistic movie. It's a very optimistic movie.
Technology, apparatus, method.
Oh. You can't because of the glass? Well, we won't be lowering that.
Okay, that's it. Lock and load. We just need to hold off until it's done. Copy that. 40 shots and suppressive fire only. Load it.
Guys. Interesting. Oh. Who put that bomb there? I'm sorry I missed that.
The soldiers who were listening to the conspiracy.
Who did this?
Some soldiers have been watching too much TV.
It's really going to set you back in terms of trust with the aliens, guys. They're leaving.
Well, they're not leaving.
Strike that. Reverse it.
I shouldn't be in charge of communicating with them. Also, that was not an attack.
No, that's what they're saying. We have to be braced for retaliation, as in they're going to retaliate on us.
Okay, good, because we certainly attacked, and they low-key maybe saved Jeremy and Luis. Yes.
China has confirmed that its language experts have tonight delivered an ultimatum at the Shanghai site.
Oh, good. Ultimatums historically go well.
Also, I just feel like ultimatum is a very complicated concept for these people that you have the most primitive kind of communication with.
Right. Looks like a lot of little of their sentences.
What's this term here? Like, it's a competition, but both sides end up happy.
A symbiotic
Like a win-win
relationship.
More sciencey than that.
Or what's it called?
If you want science, call your father.
Oh, she's a type. Are they sending her dreams? Are they studying her brain and...
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm up.
Your face is giving nothing away.
I'm buzzing.
0.0833 recurring.
Yeah, I understood that, so.
This is one of 12. We are part of a larger whole.
Or we're one of 12 contestants for the prize.
Why do I have to talk to him?
I've had a weird thought, and I'm just gonna say it on the like off chance that I'm right, even though I'm pretty sure that this is wrong. I had a thought that these images they're putting in her head are from the future and not from the past, because I got there for two reasons. The first reason was time. Like they're like giving a bunch of time things, so maybe they're outside of time. I know we like figured that one out, but that was like one clue. Luna, stop. I'm on the brink of a miracle, okay? And then the other thing was when I said she has a type about the scientist, because she's clearly flirting with Jeremy, who's a scientist, and then she said, if you talk to your father, science, papa. Anyway, I'm probably very wrong about this, but that is what my brain is doing right now, is that, well, obviously there's a connection between the aliens and the images she's getting in her head.
Okay, we're at 1:23:46. I think Amy is in the middle of saying, or about to say, many become one. Either way of saying.
What better way to force us to work together for once?
What, trade?
It's a non-zero sum game.
Non-zero sum game.
That's it. Yeah.
It's too little, too late. What we need is to get all the other nations online before one starts global war.
Look, they're not our enemy. They've made no act of aggression towards us.
Maybe this is their way of being aggressive.
It's not the question.
I have a feeling that that alien that went like that and moved you guys out of the ship could be aggressive if they wanted to. Did the little pod just shoot out of the big pod?
Did they send a car?
Only Ian and Louise allowed. Okay, they just let her go in there. I don't love that. I don't like the look of it.
It's unsettling.
Jeez.
Where's Abbott? How can you know the future? I don't understand. Who is this child?
Yeah.
The show is called Mommy and Daddy Talk to Animals.
Bird in the cage.
I hope Jessica can cut together what I predicted, because weapon opens time.
Are you gonna leave me like Daddy did?
Oh, Hannah, honey, your daddy didn't leave you. You're gonna see him this weekend.
He doesn't look at me the same way anymore.
I told him something that he wasn't ready to hear. I know something that's going to happen. I can't explain how I know, I just do. And when I told your daddy, he got really mad.
What? What's going to happen?
It has to do with a really rare disease.
Noise.
That's a
I just realized why my husband left me. My husband left me.
Oh, power lines, guys.
So much of this video is gonna be
I know. Hope I could cut something interesting together.
emotive staring.
Yeah, exactly.
Your name is very special because it is a palindrome. It reads the same forward and backward.
Is their language a palindrome? All their words?
Hey. We're done here.
Wait.
If you learn it when you really learn it, you begin to perceive time the way that they do. So you can see what's to come.
It was an honor to work with. Good luck.
Okay, but she just told you she... Okay. I hate the way we spell Colonel. If I were an alien, that would really screw with me.
Yeah, no, it's very true.
Your private number, General, I don't know your private number.
Interesting. The General can...
I do not claim to know how your mind works, but I believe it was important for you to see that.
Yeah. We're playing with time. We're playing with time. Oh my god. Does that imply that he can do it too? Or just that she tells him? Maybe China does have an Amy. I think she just tells him. It's giving Hunger Games catching fire when he like points to the clock, the watch.
Here? What do you mean, here?
She said, let me just call up China real quick. No one's gonna know.
It's your phone,
That's
sir.
your top secret phone just sitting on a table, dude. You're gonna get fired.
I will never forget what you said.
What was that? But just, what do you remember?
You told me my wife's dying words.
Yes.
Drop it!
It's done. I'm done.
Sheesh. Sheesh.
Communications blackout from all 12 landing
This movie is so good.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like, I just want to be clear in case our reaction is just me staring at this screen, that this film is so good.
Stating that all intelligence they have received will be shared immediately with all the other landing
Scientists
sites.
from around the world are
We do need to think about what they'll need help with in 3,000 years. Like, is there a part 2?
That's a long time away. I think
Yeah.
it'll be all right.
only put together.
I feel like we should have it on record that they expect to collect for those people.
But it's not about that. Because they don't experience time like that. They're not saying,
right. You're right.
They already know.
That you'll help us.
Yeah.
It's like
It's the same as them saying 3,000 years ago you helped us. It's
You're
exactly
right.
the same to them.
You're so right. Interesting.
I love that effect. It's the same way their language swirls.
That was interesting framing. Because it looks like they're little leggies.
So, Hannah, this is where your story begins. Despite knowing the journey and where it leads, I embrace it. And I welcome every moment of it. H-A-N-N-A-H. Backward H-A-N-N-A-H.
You okay?
He's gonna roll over.
If you could see your whole life from start to finish, would you change things?
Maybe I'd say what I feel more often. I don't know.
She's too adorable.
You know what surprised me the most? It wasn't meeting them. It was meeting you.
I forgot how good it felt to be held by you.
You want to make a baby?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Ooh. Are you okay? It's like a whole bunch of tears and snot down my throat. Oh, no. That like last music made me think, first of all, it's like very emotional. And what I'm going to say is not very profound. It just reminded me of an Adele song, which made me want to cry more. Like, I was walking through the same road. Anyway. Oh, God.
This is a movie that really benefits from watching several times, because now that you have everything revealed, it's incredible to watch from the beginning.
Yeah.
I did like start crying at the beginning of the movie, and then I was sucking it back because I didn't want you to see me like sobbing through.
I mean,
just like here come the aliens.
I mean, like it is like, I mean, we see her die at the beginning, so
right.
I mean, like it's way worse, I'm sure, to know that she knew it was all coming. Yeah. Obviously, that is way more emotional.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that really gets me about the movie, is that it's just about knowing that there's going to be pain, and that, I mean, in every relationship, at some point, one partner is going to leave the other in some way. It's going to happen. And that she, knowing all the pain, and that there is all of this heartache coming, and making the decision anyway.
Yeah. It's also so grounding, that framework, like framing it with the daughter. Like I just don't know. It's so interesting to have like we're talking about a global scale, right? We're talking about a fully, completely different species in a whole movie. We're talking about like language and what connects us, and like the aliens were like what connects us is like love and like connection.
Yeah.
Which is like that's a lot of thoughts that's happening.
Yeah.
That I'm trying to portray, but it just is. I just think it's really interesting that to watch a movie that is like on the outside until you get the reveal of the time and everything is about like global politics and about like how we handle a situation, but it's like, no, at the end of the day, it's about a woman choosing to, what does she say in the movie? Like, accepting it all, the pain and the difficulty, in exchange for the love and the time.
You know, I was thinking this time watching it, I hadn't made the connection before, is how similar this is to Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah.
Because in the end, like Evelyn, she is experiencing her entire lifespan with her child and making the decision through all the noise.
Yeah.
She will always choose her child.
Yeah. And then like even the Chinese ambassador.
I want to say he was a general.
A general. Yeah. Even his was about grief. You know, like she tells him his wife's final words. And like for me, I know it, like I'm sure it was about like the pressure of like them invading her brain and sending these images, but like looking back at it with that context, it feels like she's not only like seeing the images of her daughter, but she's like feeling that grief.
It's not
out of
images.
time.
They're not sending her images. The more she understands their language, the more her mind is working like theirs. So they're not sending her anything. She's just experiencing those moments.
So yeah. So she is like feeling.
Yeah, she is experiencing grief.
Yeah. That's intense.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's true because when they gave them all of those little, like it was a ratio, like what they could read of it was a ratio. It wasn't like a sentence or words.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that part was just him using his math brain to realize that they'd given 1/12 of the whole language.
Right.
They needed the rest of the language from everyone else that would then fill in all of the spaces in the language. But it was so interesting what you said early on. You said something about that the line when they spelled her name, that there was a space, and I was thinking, and I think maybe it doesn't carry through, but I was wondering if the broken ones represent people because there's a beginning and an end, versus the closed ones, which are concepts and other things that go on forever. I thought that was
that's really
interesting thing that you noticed. But I don't know, because I mean, I guess obviously it's an important part of it, the idea of like people going on.
Yeah.
And time loops. I mean, I'm a sucker for anything with time and
yeah.
Have you watched Misfits?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Simon and Alicia of it all, this like, sorry, spoilers, guys, for like 15-year-old show or whatever, that they are in a time loop of falling in love with each other forever. Stuff like that always get me. But yeah, I know, just it's so beautiful. This is my go-to movie if I need a good cry, like if I'm feeling just down but haven't been able to like really have a good breakdown. I just put it on and you start right from the beginning and
you're already crying.
Yeah, I'm just gonna weep the whole way through.
It's very soothing also. I can see that. It was unsettling watching it the first time, but I actually don't think it would be unsettling watching it a second time.
No, because there's nothing to fear.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if I have anything else to say. I'm a little in shock. I'm feeling a lot like my brain actively hurts. Yeah. Like I feel like I need to like sit down. I'm sitting.
I think that's an extremely fair reaction. It is really kind of it's overwhelming and emotional, and you get so much of it revealed there, and just the end, you just kind of have to sit with it. But yeah. Oh, thank you guys for joining us. So thrilled that we got to watch this wonderful movie. Been wanting to watch it for the channel for quite some time, so glad it worked out. Well, share your thoughts down below. What do you feel? Do we think it is a little bit of an emotional cheat to use Max Richter's On the Nature of Daylight? Maybe, but it's so good in this movie. I know, but we're just gonna say, oh my gosh. We're just gonna say, after this movie, #never again. Like, we've done it. We have filled up all of the emotionalness of that song, and everybody else, you're gonna have to come up with another way to make us cry.
There you go. Bye.
Bye.
They had a lot to say.
I know. They're over it.
You're not allowed to be jealous. Luna's allowed to get attention too.